Yeah, I am.
What's up?
Not too bad, just chilling. Just got some new records, so that's good.
I wasn't even talking to you. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I'm talking to the people.
well, I'm sure they also got new records as well.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Broskies and Brewskies coming to you live from the Cloud Station.
Choo choo.
Were you unprepared?
No, I'm ready to drink this tequila boy here.
We're not there yet.
All right, fine. I'll put it down then.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
It's about to leave the station.
All right, we're ready now. You ready to clink this tequila?
Yes.
Clink that glass stick before you ask it. Past it. Hey. What we drink, idiot?
Well, that was Cazadores.
That's not how you say it.
Cazadores.
There you go.
And then today we have a new IPA that we're tasting. It's 75-minute IPA.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what that means. So
Can I
if
look
you
this
know,
up? I'm gonna look this up. The fuck does that mean?
if you know what it is, it's from the company Dogfish Head. Saying it,
Did you say that right?
saying it all together, it's funny. It's Dogfish Head.
So are we drinking dog and fish?
Maybe.
Heads?
I don't think so though. Where's the
A popular beer from Dogfish Head Craft Brewery that has not been seen in 3 years is returning this fall.
wow.
As the name indicates, 75-minute IPA is a 7.5% ABV IPA that is an animated blend of the Milton Dell-based brew. Wait, what? What? Oh, okay. I'm reading that right. It's an animated blend of the Milton Dell-based brewery 60-minute and 90-minute IPAs with hops added continuously for 75 minutes. So that is what the 75 means. It means that's the amount of time that they spend adding the hops in.
That was a really weird way to say hops or pronounce hops. But
That's how you pronounce it.
hops, like with all that throat. That sounds just disgusting. Anyways, it has maple in it as well.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
I don't think maple is a thing.
Maple is it's the same thing.
What's a maple? Tell me what a maple is.
Well, you get maple from a tree.
So there's maple trees.
Yeah, and
But what's maple?
you smack the tree.
Show me a maple. Show me what a maple.
A
looks
maple
like.
is the syrup stuff.
Here, we're on Google right now. I'm gonna search maple and see what comes up. What's maple?
Maple.
This-
All caps.
Maple. And you know how normally if you search something on Google, the first thing that comes up will be a definition of what that is. There's no
Yeah.
definition for maple.
But
They're
it kind of is.
No, they're talking about a maple tree here. It says maple plants, which is what a tree is, a plant.
Then that's what a maple is.
There's no such thing as a maple. You see this down here?
Oh, there it
Japanese
is.
maple, red maple, Norway maple, sycamore maple, but there's just no maple. But let's image search it. There's trees. Watch. Leaves and trees. There's no maple.
Okay. Well,
You stupid.
anyways, I'm ready to try some of this Dogfish Head. So,
Brewed for our
75
For
minutes
75
with
minutes.
IPA or hops. I'm sorry.
I'm excited. What if this was a twisty? You just went straight for the bottle.
I went straight for the neck. I should have gone for the head.
Should have gone for the head.
Yeah.
Next time. I smell a little bit. It smells like an IPA.
It smells definitely like IPA. The lady at the store that we bought this from, she said it was her favorite beer.
You know what IPAs smell like to me, and they always have?
It's piss.
Wet socks.
Oh,
Mixed with a little piss. A little piss.
piss.
musk.
It smells like to me.
I wouldn't say straight piss. Maybe like you ever peed in a bottle
Wow,
And,
that
like,
is- it's got a
and left it in that
No,
bottle for like
I've
a
never
day
done that,
and then
no.
came back and then it's a bit discolored from when you first peed in it.
no,
And then you open it up because your curiosity's just been piqued just slightly.
no.
So you take a little whiff and you're like, yeah, that's piss.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it
never done
would it not have been piss if you did? It's not Schrodinger's cat or anything.
So you never done that?
No,
Yeah, me neither. Let me taste this.
it's good. It doesn't have. It's not like the Alaskan boys that we had last time. Alaskan.
You like the Alaskan more?
No, I'm meaning like it just tastes straight like an IPA. This is like it has the IPA taste, but it's not that hard aftertaste.
No, it doesn't have that hard aftertaste because I think that's where the maple comes in.
Yeah,
The maple nuggets. If maple was just a thing, what would it look like to you in your mind if you could picture a maple?
It would just look like syrup to me. That's what I picture.
You picture maple to be a viscous liquid.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
What would you think?
I would picture maple to be a nugget of some sort,
Why
sort of
nugget?
mineable, like a mineable ore, like a maple.
Let's get into this shit. I'm tired of talking about
maple
this.
mines. My father's been, our family's been mining these maple ores for generations.
It's like when you first taste. I'm sorry, we're talking about the Baylor again. It's like when you first taste it, you can kind of feel like it's like a maple. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mind.
I want to get you off the maple thing, but I also love talking about this.
Maybe it's just my mind when I drink it at first. Maybe my mind's just like, I feel like I'm drinking some maple syrup right now. Maybe
you feel like you're drinking. It's not that sweet.
No, it's not. But it has a certain warmth to it that reminds me of maple syrup. Anyways, we're going to get off of this maple trip.
I was enjoying the maple trip.
It was fine.
We looked at pictures of leaves. I got to find out that you don't know what maple trees are.
I never said that. Just let's watch our first story.
All right. So we've been struggling. We've been struggling. We literally just got through discussing this before we started this episode, where we were trying to figure out on Bros, Brews, and News, that's what you guys are listening to right now. Brews and News, that's our Sunday episode. We're trying to figure out, where does our music reactions fall into play? Do they fall into Brews and Reviews or Brews and News?
I would argue reviews.
And we've kind of, I feel like we kind of settled on reviews, because I don't know, it seems like we do review that video as well as the song.
Mm-hmm.
But I also felt like, News, it's a new song, so that's news. No,
I wouldn't say that.
No,
I
wouldn't say that either. I'm just sure I'm grasping at straws here.
Yes.
But this is going to be our one exception.
Yes.
Only because there's nothing really to review here. It's more or less, we just want to listen to it, and we're going to do that first, because everything else has nothing to do with this after this. So this will be our little fun thing.
This is welcome to the show.
This is what?
It's welcome to the show.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun games. So
yeah,
I found this
we got
video.
Everything you want.
We even got Bodacious Dames. Is that how the song goes?
No, I don't think so.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun games. What's the next line? What'd you say?
We got everything you want.
Everything
something,
you got.
something.
Even Bodacious Babes.
I don't think he says that.
No, anyway, so we're listening to this metal cover of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, which we just reviewed on our last episode of Brews and Reviews from Thursday. If you guys haven't listened to that, go check that out. We titled that episode Toss a Coin to Your Mandalorian. Get it? Yeah, I know, I'm clever. Just gotta get my humble flex in, been hitting that proverbial gym with my smarts. Anyway, so this is Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, the metal cover. You ready for this, Ian?
Yeah.
All right, ready, Ian. 3, 2, 1. Dan Bass. Dan, look at this logo. Can we get a logo like that, Ian?
It's very metal. Oh, I know this guy. I've seen this guy before.
Can you make us a logo like that? I want a logo like that. Thing was huge.
I mean, I could just make it bigger.
I mean, but it was huge and shiny. This guy's got a big ass ring in his ear. Who is he looking at?
He's looking at the camera. But obviously,
Oh
there's
shit! Here
multiple
comes
cameras.
the never miss it.
Yeah, he does a lot of cover.
What? He's now looking at me. I'm scared.
He's very powerful looking. Like, he looks like he'd kick some ass.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Going to your witcher, oh valley of plenty.
It's, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's a metal song, but the way that he's singing it
Sounds the exact same.
Yeah.
Like he didn't remember all the pop punk albums and like Pop Goes Punk albums. I mean, are like
that was a nice metal streak. Sorry.
What were the other ones? There was like Pop Goes Punk. You had like Pop Goes like Country. There's like so many random ass ones, and they were all interesting because it wasn't like they just took the lyrics and the whole melody and everything and just slapped a new like instruments on it. Like they changed the way songs kind of sung, like they sounded and how they were sung a bit.
Yeah, A Day to Remember did that a lot. When I listened to them a lot,
they had a lot of good ones. They had Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah, and then that was a really good one.
They did do The Fray.
I can't remember what.
I feel like people really like Bail Me Force 5, the Brews cover for Bulletproof. They did a really interesting rendition of Bulletproof, and I think people really love them a lot. But this really just sounds like the normal song, but with guitars.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's not bad.
No, I mean, he's a good singer. I mean, even though he kind of sounds a bit like a System of a Down ripoff. But
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't say System of a Down.
Okay, maybe not that. I can kind of hear a little bit of the lead singer in him, but I think. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to pinpoint what I'm getting here out of this. I'm very uninterested right now.
Yeah, I mean, why? You said that it's.
Oh my god.
Well, that was interesting. Okay, now this sounds metal. Yeah. It's got a very, just like a. I'm here. Like, I'm here and I'm singing. Do you think that's what metal is? Is that they're just like, I'm here and I'm singing like crazy person?
I thought that was just rock and roll in general. You just like sing your shit.
I guess that would be every type of music, would it not be? But
to an extent, he's like, oof.
He just reminds me of like
my friends, it's great to see you today. For those of you who don't know,
of course he's not American.
About the Witcher franchise.
Reminds me of like
Witcher 3 is a strong
Russian
name for the best game of the last decade, in my opinion. But hey, let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do more Witcher songs.
Let me know if in Soviet Russia you want to listen to more of my music.
Let me know below.
In Soviet Russia we drink and we play The Witcher.
First of all, welcome. Feel free to browse around the channel. We're all about powerful music over here.
We're all about the power, big power. You want to see my big powerful voice? Listen to me. So make sure you like and subscribe. Oh, Valley of
You know what I do love though? All jokes aside, I do love to hear people who have accents sing because they almost always lose their accents. And I just think that's so interesting. And I always wonder why does it always resort to American accents? Why is it purposeful, or is there something, subconscious in their brain that causes people who have accents to when they sing to have American accents? I've just always wondered.
Maybe it's just, I mean, we probably have accents to other people, you know what I mean? Like we probably have like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like the way that we're talking, it's pretty general. They say that if you want to have an announcer, they come from the Midwest, you know what I mean? So it's just like, we have the most generic sounding, pleasing voice, or it's considered to be pleasing voice.
Wow, you pompous.
But that's just what they do. They've always done that.
Pompous ass American, you.
I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that. I'm not. I don't really even care.
Are you some freedom fighter Trump supporter?
I can't even make my point.
I'm sorry. I'm just lobbing fireballs over your way. Here's another one.
I'm just saying that that's the general voice. I don't think it's very subconscious. I think that when you sing, it's just especially in English, it's just going to come out smooth. I think so.
I want to hear your singing voice right now.
I
want you to sing to me "How to Save a Life" by the Fray.
Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. Something. Where did I go wrong? Da-da-da-da. And I found how to save a life.
Hey, you like how I got you the drums in there?
Yes, thank you.
That's always something I've very distinctly remembered about that song is just the drums. I'm not sure why, but it's always poked out to me.
They're very loud.
There goes that drummer again. All right, this. I'm still trying to figure this out. So we got two videos that came from Disney within the last week. The first one is what's coming to Disney Plus in 2020, and the second one is what's coming to Disney Plus in January. And I just feel like this is ridiculous. And Disney, I don't know what you thought you were trying to achieve by doing this, but why did you put both of these videos out? They're redundant.
I don't think they are.
If you put both of these out, it's redundant. Redundant. It's redundant because you can't put out a video. Well, first of all, the 2020 video is only a minute long, whereas the January video is 4 minutes long,
which is funny.
It's like what are you gonna do for the whole year? Just literally like speed through an entire list of things and that we'd have to pause the video to read and find out. I'm confused, but it just doesn't make sense why I put out one and then also feel the need to put out the other. If you're gonna do a what's coming to Disney Plus in 2020, which in my opinion is a terrible idea, if you have a streaming service, you do not want to tell your entire audience what they have to look forward to, because what if what they have to look forward to they don't like? Now they have no reason to continue subscribing to you throughout the year of 2020, and they can just take their money and go elsewhere. So I'm like, what's the point there? You know, so if you're gonna do a what's coming out for the entire year, it shouldn't be a 1 minute video. That better be a 15 fucking minute video showing every single thing, whether it's in development or like pre-production, whatever. You know, like tell us what's on the chopping block. And then if you're gonna go the monthly route, then that's fine too, because that's what Netflix does. You know, Netflix tells us what's coming out in the beginning of each month, which is smart because it gives you anticipation. You know, okay, my new season of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I believe comes out the 27th of January, that's coming out. So like, you know, oh, that new season's coming out. Maybe I'll go get my renew my Netflix subscription, you know, or make sure that it doesn't expire or what have you. You know, there's a lot of people that do kind of just jump subscription services month to month. Like they get whatever the random deals are where it's a lot cheaper, and they'll do it for that month and watch their show or whatever, and then they'll hop over to whatever's next that they're wanting to watch. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You know, so having situations like this benefits them. I just don't see what Disney's trying to do here, but let's see what they can tell us in a minute and 1 second of what's coming to Disney Plus in 2020.
All of 2020.
All of 2020. I can't believe this. Are you ready, Ian?
Yep.
All right, ready in 3, 2.
We are all connected.
Get The Lion King, Toy Story 4, which I already thought was already on there.
What was that?
The Mandalorian, which makes sense because that did finish in 2020. Star Wars, Aladdin's out now.
Yeah.
Everyone, let's go see.
They showed like 4 movies. Diary of a Future President. Okay. Short Circuit.
That looks cool.
Lamp Life. Okay, a Toy Story short. Timmy Failure. Mistakes Were Made. New season of the Clone Wars. Some movie called Stargirl. Penguins. Dolphinary. Elephant. What the fuck? The show's called Elephant. Road Trip. Becoming. The Phineas and Ferb movie. I thought that show ended. Winter Soldier.
All the
Okay. Season 2 of the High School Musical show. Muppets. Lizzie McGuire. Heck yeah, I'm so ready for that. All in one place. All in 2020.
Oh no, let's leave him wanting more.
Oh my lord.
Did that leave you wanting more?
No! I mean, yes. I just want to say no because I'm upset with this video. But yes, it leaves me wanting more, but not in the sense of, oh man, I gotta go watch Disney Plus. It leaves me wanting more in the sense of, what the fuck else is coming out in 2020? Because y'all literally, I could have counted. It probably was like, what, 15 movies and shows?
And Captain America, or not, Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming out.
But that was like maybe like what, a total of 15 or 20 shows and movies?
That you actually care about?
No, just on there. Just that they showed.
Yeah, it wasn't that many.
It wasn't that many. For an entire year, dude? You know how much like stuff Netflix just pumps out?
Yeah,
like so
but how much of it is good?
That's true. That's a valid point. That's a very valid point. But I feel like Disney. I feel like Disney is big enough to get somewhere close to the amount of volume that Netflix is at. Not in terms of having it in their repertoire, but like being able to come out with as many projects as Netflix is coming out with, or at least get close to it. Like they should be able to, and they still be decent quality. They have great teams over there, amazing people working hard at stuff. But I don't know, man. That was a random video. All right, let's see what's coming out in January
of 2020.
You ready for this, Ian?
Yeah.
All right, ready in 3, 2. Hopefully this gives us a little bit more insight. Hacksaw. That's some old show. Cool Runnings, that's already out.
Yeah, I haven't seen
that movie's a bop.
Yeah.
The Proud Family, seasons 1 and 2. Aren't there more seasons of The Proud Family? Are there only 2 seasons?
Holes.
Oh, that's a classic. I think Holes was on Hulu for a bit. Or no, it was Netflix. You're right. So they just got the rights back.
This.
Oh, I hate Mater.
Yeah, they show
Pixar.
This is the second one. This is now the third Mater's Tale.
Oh my gosh, how many did they make? What's Super Rhino? What's he from?
He's from the Bolt movie.
Marvel Superhero Squad?
That was not that good of a show. Okay, here's
another Mater's Tale?
Why did they not just show this with the other Maters? Wait.
Another Mater's Tale? Drain the Great Lakes. Why would we do that?
Why would we want to do that?
Austin
that was a stupid show.
I hated that show.
Red Tails. Never heard of that movie.
Something about
It's new. Yeah. It's not new. It's
another Mater's Tale. What the heck? No, it's not. That's Tales from Radiator.
It's still Cars, though.
Another Tales from Radiator. Who's Radiator?
That's the town.
75 years from pulp to pop. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
Drain the Bermuda Triangle. Why are we draining? Drain the Titanic. How do you drain a ship?
It's to get to the Titanic.
Drain the ocean. World War II.
This is all National Geographic.
I'm confused.
Family Stars.
Chef. Wait. Disney's The Lodge.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? Year million? How do you do that? What does that mean? Drain the sunken. What is Disney wanting us to do here?
Drain out.
Drain. I'm so
drain.
There needs to be one that's drain the swamp. There really needs to be one that's drain the swamp, please. Drain the oceans. Just fuck it. Just drain all the oceans. Marvel Rising Battle of the Band. I'm done. That looks like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Out there with Jack Randall. Who knows Jack Randall? Is that like Dr. Kid's Exotic Animal ER? I'd watch that. That seems like a show that used to be on like TLC or something.
Animal Planet.
Yukon Vet. Ew, that bird's head looked like a scrotum.
It was a turkey, I think.
His head looked like a scrotum. Oh, there's a ladder.
I could show you the world.
Marvel's Runaways.
Did you not like that?
No.
That show was pretty good.
Disney's Randy's Cunningham.
Yeah.
Continent 7, Antarctica. Interesting. America's National Parks. There's a lot of Nat Geo-esque type shows.
Yeah.
Muppets Babies. Wild West. Everything's Russian. Oh my god, that was a big ass whale.
Superhero Adventures? Is it what?
Dog Impossible.
Look at all those dogs.
Bluey? What? Who makes these shows?
I don't know. I've never seen
The Lion King. I can wait on that.
Yeah.
Pixar in real life.
I thought that was already out.
It is. It's January 3rd.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was out beforehand.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Family Sundays.
Disney's Family Sundays.
Sorry.
What does that even mean? Marvel's Hero Project? Okay.
They are showing a lot more than their actual thing.
Pick of the litter. So there's a bunch of puppies running around with shoes on. One Day at Disney.
That'd be interesting.
Be a short. Forky Ask a Question. Ask a Question. High School Musical, the musical, the series. I'm so mad they named it that. I've been so mad they've named it that since the beginning. That looks like a good Pixar short. Loop. That animation looks really good.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be like Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
I think it's supposed to be. What is this short circuit? That looks cool.
This girl's got hair that she can use as a weapon. What is Lamplight? What the fuck?
It was in Toy Story 4.
Why is Bo Peep connected to a lamp?
Because that's like, you didn't see Toy Story 4.
Why is she connected to a lamp, Ian?
Because she's a part of a lamp.
Has she always been a part of a lamp?
Yes, I guess.
How did she get off the lamp?
She just moves her feet.
Oh, she was just able to step off the lamp?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like aren't some what's it called of the creatures or whatever, the toys in Toy Story kind of subjective to like what they are as an actual toy in terms of what they can and can't do. So like, don't the army dudes don't have actual feet? They have to kind of hobble on their plastic, their plastic thing.
So why would
Bo Peep be able to step off of her pedestal thing?
Because of
if she's attached to it. you see what I mean, though? What the hell? Disney, you thought you could fool me? I ain't no kid. I'm smart. That's some shit right there. How do you feel about watching this video for the things coming out in January versus what's coming out all year? What got you more excited?
They definitely showed a lot more in the January one, which is good.
Can you see more why I think it was just redundant to post both of these?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I don't know why they needed to post either. Well, they would either have to choose one or the other.
You gotta choose one or the other. You have to choose one or the other. And please don't choose the year one because it was 1 minute long and I knew nothing. Half the movies they show it in the year one came out and already came out in January.
Yeah.
So it's like, what else am I looking forward to? No. I just don't want to see Disney Plus turn into DC on
DC Universe.
Yeah, DC Universe streaming service. Not that I think that it actually will. Disney got too much money to.
No, and they actually want. DC one was weird because it's like they came out at a time when they knew that Warner Brothers was also getting ready to make their own thing. So like, why would they?
It's just crazy how they all failed. Where Disney just came out and it's just like, bop. But I feel like that's just a true testament to Disney's back catalog. You know, I feel like if Disney, because truth be told, you know, let's be honest, Disney didn't have a ton of original content to drop first day. It was like, what? We got Mandalorian, we got High School Musical, the series, and probably like a few
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, the Jeff Goldblum thing. It was like probably like a few just like
Nat Geo shows.
Yeah, Nat Geo shows, and maybe like a kids show or two that we wouldn't watch because we're not kids. But other than that, it's like that's it. You know, where it's like, you know, all we have to basically go off of is their back catalog. We're like, oh, we want to see those Disney Channel originals. We want to see those, you know, anything that's got the Disney stamp on it. We want the Marvel, we want the Star Wars, and that brought us here, which is smart because it gives them time to create all those shows that they want to create, all the originals and whatnot. So while we're busy watching all the movies that we've watched in our childhood and in our past, they're busy making the movies that people are going to later on in life say that, oh yeah, I watched that, you know. Now it's nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I think a big problem with DC though was like they said that they were DC everything all the time.
Yeah,
and Wonder Woman wasn't on there.
No, they didn't give us their back catalog.
No,
they really like when we got that subscription service.
No, they gave us our back catalog. They didn't give us like new stuff. Like they gave us a few things new, but that was
It's like we couldn't watch. I'm pretty sure I don't think Watchmen was on there.
No,
like you couldn't watch any of the really good movies that we would have been like, right, or like, I think, was Killing Joke on there? I think Killing Joke might have been on there.
Maybe.
But I don't know. DCU, you want to call it DC Universe. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, DC Universe. They're going to have to step it up.
They'll probably just merge with the WB app, and it would just be one thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about my man, the myth, the legend, Lou Ferrigno.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a very interesting dude. This was the guy who played the very first Hulk, like in that really weird version of the Hulk where
the 70s.
He just like turns green with like spray paint and doesn't really grow that much in size, and he just picks up things that are heavy, but you know they're all made out of styrofoam, and he throws them around.
But that was back then. That was
my thing about the 70s version of the Hulk. I'm so baffled by what they achieved in that movie because there's other movies from the 70s. Oh, sorry, you're right. I'm so baffled what they did in that TV show because I feel like there's other movies and TV shows from the 70s that like did some pretty nuts things where you're just like, wow, that came out back then. That's nuts. And I'm just like, where was this production team, this production value for this show? Because that show was buns, dude.
It was popular though. My dad used to like it.
I don't know why. When I used to work at the country club, my boss had one of those old timey TVs that had like the antenna that you stick out. It's like one of those like handheld ones almost. Like you don't really hold it and watch TV, but like it has a little kickstand or whatever, and you pop that out, you sit it somewhere, pull out the antenna, extend it, and it only gets like 3 or 4 channels, and one of the channels was like what is it, like WX something something. It was like one of those like old timey channels that only played the oldies, like talking the Cosby Show, talking crap, I can't think of all these names.
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah, like Dick Van.
I Love Lucy.
Like I Love Lucy. Like some shows that
Andy
were in
Griffin.
black and white. There was one show where it was like some dude. I don't even know. He was playing like a trapper or something like that.
A trapper?
Not.
He
I feel
was
like
in a trap house.
No, I'm talking like when you sell furs, like like that kind of like that's how old we're getting.
David Boone or David Crockett or something.
Something like that. And I just remember watching those shows and being like, huh, this is interesting. But sometime around like noon or 1 o'clock, they'd always put the Hulk on, and I'd watch a couple of those episodes, and I would just be like, people liked this back then. Like, damn, like this boring. This is actually, and it looks weird. It just looked weird to me. I was like, this is weird. The storylines are a bit weird. I think Baywatch was more interesting than that, and I hate Baywatch. Baywatch is bad.
I thought Baywatch came out in like the 80s or the 90s.
It probably did, but I'm just saying, like, just in terms of just being an old TV show, like Baywatch just seemed a lot more interesting. But I don't think Baywatch was 90s. I feel like it was older than that.
Maybe it would have been 80s.
I feel like Baywatch had to definitely be older than that.
I don't think it'd be 70s.
David Hasselhoff?
David Hasselhoff is in it.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's got to be older than that. That dude is an older dude. But anyway, so Lou Ferrigno, he became a deputy sheriff, a sheriff's deputy in New Mexico.
Good for him.
I don't think it's good. I'm concerned.
Why?
He's 68 years old.
You don't think deputies can't be 68 years old?
I don't understand how this man is even up and running as like as he is at 68 years old.
He was able to lift things, and he kept good. He kept his body good.
He kept good. Bleh?
I couldn't say it. I got my words jumbled up.
What were you trying to say?
Kept his body good.
Oh, okay. I was very confused. Did you have a brain aneurysm? What happened?
I just started saying everything at once, and it was just like getting jumbled up.
Take a deep breath, man. Don't have a seizure on the podcast. I don't know how to stop those. I'm not kissing you.
No, I don't think that would be an appropriate thing to do.
All right, good, because I'm not doing it unless you ask me. But anyway, So this guy, it says Ferrigno became a reserve deputy with the San Luis Obispo. It's a weird word. Up County Sheriff's Office in California in 2012, and was a member of former Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio's. You guys got some interesting last names. Volunteer sheriff posse in 2016, where he helped patrol the U.S.-Mexican border. Can you imagine that? Fucking the Hulk is patrolling the Mexican border, like trying to catch refugees and like people trying to cross. That's some scary shit. You think
he did that? Do you think any of the people he caught were like, "Hey, Lou Ferrigno,
please don't hurt me, Mr. Hulk. Please, I'll give you anything. Please, Mr. Hulk, no."
Oh, Hulk smash! No,
I don't think he'd say that. I don't know. This dude,
no smash.
I'm just so confused. I don't understand. It's always interesting to see what actors do when they get old and age. You know, most actors and actresses, they just turn to philanthropy, or they become some sort of activist for something, you know, like, and they just spend most of their time throwing money at things. But, you know, sometimes they get into odd ventures, you know. Trying to think of a good example. Corey Feldman from he played Mouth in the Goonies. He's not as old as Lou Ferrigno by any means. I'm pretty sure he's in like his 40s or 50s.
He looks like he's in his 60s.
He did not age that well. Sorry, Corey. But he's like has a music career now. Well, I shouldn't say that. He wants to have a music career, and he performs music for people who will listen, and God bless their souls. But yeah, so like you have people that do that. I mean, Jeremy Renner has a music career, but I said keyword has a music career because he's actually not bad.
Yeah, but it's bad. It's not very.
You don't like his music? I feel like it's just very generic. It's just very generic. It's just
very generic.
It's not terrible. It's just generic. It's just he doesn't. There's nothing interesting about him. There's nothing or about him his singing, I should say. It's not that they're bad songs. They're good songs. It's just not like, man, this would be a top chart topper, you know? And if it was, it probably is more so because you're popular and people know you.
Right.
But a lot of times that's not even enough. So you'd have people like him, you know, you had Drake turning from acting at a way younger age, obviously, and going straight for rap and then barely acting after that. And then you have Lou Ferrigno, who's 68 years old, who just decides. I mean, I'm sure Lou hasn't done acting in a hot minute, but like still known for his acting. And now he's a 68-year-old man deciding, I want to be a police officer. Why?
Maybe it was just a lifelong dream.
I guess so. I don't know. Like, this dude was a bodybuilder, and like, it's just honestly nuts to me how just ripped this dude is, even still to this day.
Yeah, especially for his age, and especially back then, like 70s, you didn't really look like that, you know?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Because you know that was interesting too about bodybuilding back in then. Like now, it's a little bit different, but definitely back then, like being strong or being seen as being strong and known for being strong, it wasn't about like you did nothing with your core. It was all abs, or not abs. It was all arms. It was all arms and legs. You know, you got big thighs and but it was mainly upper body and not core. But that's changed a lot now. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're. I mean, I don't know a ton about like the weightlifting community and like the bodybuilding community and whatnot, but I feel like it seems like we've been moving more towards being more healthier when it comes to our bodybuilding physiques and whatnot. You know, I know people still juice, obviously, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lou juices.
He probably did. Yeah.
He definitely had to. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to like shit on this dude's legacy or nothing like that, because like maybe he didn't, and if he didn't, kudos to you. But this dude was huge, and he's still pretty big. He's 68, and I'm like, whoa, is this like?
And he doesn't look bad. He looks like a healthy.
Do steroids have half-lives? Is that a thing? he stops using it, and it's just like it's slowly working its way out of his body. But you once you do it so much, man, you're pretty much just set for life after a while. You can just stop. You know, don't do it again, because then you'll die of overdose. Which is like a serious thing and not something that you should take lightly.
Mm-hmm.
All jokes aside, but still, I'm also very interested about this dude's voice. I've never really heard him talk. Like, I mean, I've heard him like talk obviously from like watching the Hulk show, but like just like talk like just chit chat with people and just literally getting to listen to him, and you're just kind of like, this dude's voice, interesting. And I think
he's deaf in one ear. Yeah, I can't remember. Look how big that dude is. We're looking at pictures. Look at that guy.
That's him.
That's massive, especially for like at the time.
Yeah, I don't really want to watch this video because it's stupid long. But in this, I've already kind of watched it. And in the video, there's a part where I don't know why this guy asked him about it, but the interviewer dude at Fox News, which I guess makes sense because it's Fox News.
Fox News,
yeah, which is like Donald Trump's fucking like buddy people.
Fox News has always been like very
super
very
Republican.
Of Republicans. Yeah.
Well, they were asking him about how he feels about how the world kind of looks at Donald Trump and treats Donald Trump, because they know that Lou kind of supports him. So Lou goes on this like little spiel about how he's like, I just think that you gotta respect them. I just think you don't know what happens when you're the president of the whole United States. It's like you're like the man. You're the man in the chair, and you just gotta respect that. You know, you just like respect them. I mean, when we had Obama, respect them, and then so we respect everybody. We should just respect the president, and that's literally what he says. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, yeah, you like everyone should at base value, when I first meet you, without knowing you, Ian, I should give you a certain level of respect based on you being a human being. And if we already have a friendship, then I'm giving you a certain level of respect based on you being a friend. But if every time I hang out with you, you tell me about how much you fucking hate Mexicans, and you talk about how much you think, black people are dirty N-words, and how much you just really don't like going to a certain part of town because it makes you feel uncomfortable, like you might get mugged by anyone who's not the same color as you, I might not respect you the same, even though you're a human being, even though we've been good friends for a long time. That's where I feel like some people get a little misconstrued when they say things like this. It's like, yeah, when you first meet someone or like until it's almost like innocent until proven guilty. When you can have an opinion about someone that should be very general, that you should have a good general opinion that you should have across the board for anyone until they prove you otherwise. I'm not just going to assume, Ian, that you're a liar unless you start lying to me. Then I might be like, are you telling the truth?
Right.
You lose that level of respect. He's saying, oh, we got to respect the president. It's like, not now. I don't really respect what the guy says now. The guy's kind of a nutball, but oh man, 2020 is gonna be a fun year. Can't wait till November to see what the fuck happens then.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's a whole new decade, so
I'm like, I don't even want to speak anything into existence, but we'll see what happens with that one. Let's move on. Let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
So Joaquin Phoenix and Martin Sheen. All the reports, and this is why I hate news articles so much. I hate news articles so much because news articles, all they care about is clicks. All they care about is clicks. They say Joaquin Phoenix and Martin Sheen arrested in star-studded climate change protests on Capitol Hill. Wrong. They weren't arrested. No, they weren't even detained. They were just escorted away from the protest because people were obviously getting riled up because they were there. They weren't. There's no handcuffs. No one was even had their arm on anyone. No one was manhandling anyone. They were just walking with them. They're just like, hey, like, we need to get you out of here. So they take them away from the situation. Then they talk to them a little bit, and then they let them go right after. They don't. No one gets booked. No one goes downtown. I mean, do you think
they would get a lot of clicks because it says he just won a big Golden Globe Award for a controversial movie? Exactly.
That's what I'm saying about some of these news sites, and I'm just like, dude, like, I get it. You guys want your fucking traffic and you want your clicks and all other bullshit. Get your AdSense and all that stuff. But like, damn, dude, like, tell the truth because that's not what happened.
Yeah,
like, and stuff like this happens quite often.
It always happens.
It always happens. Like, who's gonna arrest Joaquin Phoenix? You're gonna arrest Joaquin Phoenix, fucking Joker. You saw his movies. This dude is still method acting. This dude hasn't left the role. I didn't
think he was a method actor.
I think that's just him being a method actor, methodly acting as a method actor. He's so deep into his role. He's like Inceptioned himself. He's like 6 levels deep into his own subconscious. You saw him at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, he was very.
This dude is nuts.
You ran on a rant,
and I mean society. That in the best way. Like,
he ran on a rant about society, which is what happens in the Joker.
That's what I'm saying. He's still playing a character. He's still Arthur Curry. He's still.
Well, yes, you're right.
Oh, is it Arthur Curry? No, it's not Arthur Curry. Because Arthur Curry. That's Fishman.
Aquaman.
That's Fish Boy.
What is his name?
It's Arthur something.
Yeah.
But he's still playing the Joker.
Arthur Fleck.
He's literally still playing Arthur Fleck. And he's on Capitol Hill talking about climate change and whatnot because that's what Arthur Fleck would do. He would go and he would yell at people about things that they probably don't have that much control over. Let's hope he doesn't do that.
Well, no, I don't think he will, but Arthur Fleck would.
Maybe, yeah. I guess he probably would. I'm just like still upset about what they think they're doing here with these stupid clickbait. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Look at that picture with Martin Sheen and Jane Fonda.
Who's Jane Fonda?
I don't know, some famous actor who like is old now. Look at her. She looks weird in that picture.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oscar, they even, I love when they do this. They even make it a point to point out like his accolades, Oscar nominated actor Joaquin Phoenix and Emmy winner Martin Sheen were arrested Friday at Jane Fonda's weekly climate change protest on Capitol Hill. Like, it's like they assume that just because they're naming their accolades, that's gonna make us want to read more. We know who these people are,
right?
We know what they've done, in terms of their achievements in their careers. We don't need to be reminded of that. We know, and that has absolutely nothing to do with what they're doing here. What those accolades that they have achieved is based on their jobs, on what they love to do and they get paid to do as, a job. What they're doing here on Capitol Hill is personal. It's what they personally believe in. No one's paying them to be there, at least not to my knowledge. No one's paying them to be there. They're there on their own accords to help further an agenda that they deem necessary to be furthered. I hate how news sites, they just kind of like twist this stuff around.
Yeah.
Just all for their own personal gain. And it's gross to me. It's like, dude, come on, man. Let these people be. No one even got detained. He just got escorted. They walked
Maybe
them.
They were like, can I get an autograph?
Probably. Honestly, it's probably what happened. They probably walked them away and they're just like, hey, man, we just, we didn't want to cause you any like sort of like, major trouble or nothing like that. We just want to get you away from the crowd and like get them to die down, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sure Joaquin was just kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And then they left.
Sure.
So, yeah, what's your address again? Oh, yeah. Oh, you want me to come for dinner tomorrow night? Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sure. I'll be there. Yeah. Oh man. Speaking of more interesting news, this story is about to blow your fucking mind, man.
It looks crazy.
I was reading this article and I was like, I don't even want to tell Ian about this. I just want to spring this on him because I know you're gonna be like, this is ridiculous. So listen to this headline. And here's the thing. This could totally be not true because we just talked about how news sites just say shit to get you to click on stuff, but this just sounds almost too good to be true.
I know.
Kentucky judge accused of courthouse threesome is suspended. You heard that right. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. Kentucky judge accused of courthouse threesome is suspended. Judge Dawn Gentry, who is facing 9 counts of misconduct, denies engaging in sexual activity at the courthouse with 2 employees. Damn, she getting freaky. Were they filming a porno in there?
She was like, "You've been bad boys. I sentence you 2 years of pleasure. Take off those orange jumpsuits.
You've been a bad parolee."
Wait, what's the one? Bailiff, take off his handcuffs.
Wait. She said, "Court is now in order."
In session.
Oh yeah, court is now.
All rise for the removal of my clothes.
Oh no. She's like she's got the dude on the she got the 2 dudes like laying on the bench or something like that.
Know the 2 dudes?
And they got, I don't know. I'm just gonna assume they're 2 dudes. She's got 2 dudes laying on the bench.
What if it's 3 women?
No, listen. She got 2 dudes laying on the bench, and then she's looking at their dicks, and she's just like, "All rise." All right, let me read this story, man. This shit's nuts. This shit's so nutty. Okay, so a Kentucky family court judge. Did you hear that right?
Family court. Welcome to family court. We're just going to have wild sex right now.
Oh, excuse me. Let me wipe down this bench for you real quick. I think I left the stain there last night. Jesus Christ, lady. A Kentucky family court judge has been suspended with pay after, I love that part too, suspended with pay. All right, you did a bad thing, but it's kind of hot though. So like, just take a break. We'll still pay you. You got that video though?
Send it to her. It's like one of those old judges who always has to have the handkerchief.
Oh my god, he's blotting his head. He's like he's just so hot. He's got to blot his head every 2 seconds.
He's like, why don't you send that over to me?
Okay, so she's been suspended with pay after she was accused of misconduct, including an allegation that she had a threesome in the courthouse.
Well, it's just an allegation.
Who found out? Who snitched? Who went? One of these men probably went and told Jerry, who told Bobby, who told Ronald, who told Reagan.
Yeah, what if it's just a rumor?
No, I'm sure this happened. This had to happen.
Well, they obviously caught something on camera. I'm sure there's cameras posted everywhere.
I don't know. I feel like it can't be on allegations if it's on camera. I feel like this is he said, she said, if it's allegations. I'll continue. Dawn Gentry, a family court judge in Kenton County in Kentucky's Northern 16th Judicial District, was charged with multiple counts of misconduct in November by the State Judicial Conduct Committee. She was put on paid suspension this week pending a final decision. Gentry is accused of coercing court staff to work on her judicial election campaign, retaliation against employees who failed to support her campaign, and firing a man with whom she had a sexual relationship. According to a committee document outlining the charges, she denies all of the accusations. This chick was out here just like
she was
popping that pussy, and she was just getting her way. And then if she didn't get her way, she fired your ass.
She ruined your life.
She ruined your fucking life.
Yeah.
This chick, this sounds like a supervillain. She's a supervillain.
Like a very
this
TV-esque
is a bad character in an episode of like CSI.
Yeah.
Like this is like our Law and Order or something.
Yeah, they're having Law and Order and they're like, it was you, Judge.
It's like the judge is putting on a trial to figure out who's the person that's been like sleeping around with people in the workplace, but it turns out in a major twist, it's actually the judge.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's really crazy.
Okay, so the judge who was elected in November 18th is alleged to have hired her lover, a former pastor, and allowed him to play guitar and sing in the office.
Oh,
this dude was in there. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. People in the office are just like, oh my God, Reverend Kenny is here again. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Okay. Disrupting other court employees during the workday. According to the documents, an attorney for Gentry said she didn't realize that the man's behavior was a distraction. Oh, really? You didn't realize that having
He's like, let me just plug in my amp.
Hey, do you mind if I bring the children's choir next week? I really want to run through some songs with you for Sunday service. Oh my gosh.
This is a place of business.
What? Could this possibly be real? Could this possibly?
Obviously it is.
Either this is real and this is the most illegitimate fucking family courtroom in the history of family courtrooms. And as a person who's been to family court, I feel sorry for the people, like the families that have had to go through here and like have anything done through this family court. But if not, then NBC News be wildin' making up stories. And someone should write a script about this today, please, if this is not real. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Okay, it gets deeper, dude.
Okay.
So Gentry, her male lover, and a third court employee, a woman. So it was a female, male.
I know, I said.
Oh, said a third woman, a woman also are alleged to have engaged in sexual activity in the courthouse. Gentry denies that allegation as well, according to court documents. She faces a slew of other allegations, among them that she took her children to work and allowed them to witness confidential court proceedings. Once her child recognized one of the children involved in a confidential case, the conduct committee alleged. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
All of this is fucked up.
Because that basically means that her child probably went to school with one of these kids and then was present during one of these kids' family court. Like I'm telling you, like I said, as being a kid who's gone through family court, that's fucked up. Like, because now you have to go to class with this kid who knows what this judge's daughter or son. Did they say daughter? I think they just said child. But who knows what this judge's children are like? They could be dicks, they could be assholes, right. and make that kid's life a living hell. Or even if they didn't, just having the fact that now that someone else knows that your family life isn't all that it should be, all that you would hope it to be. That's fucked up, and that's not fair to that family. It's not fair to that kid. So the committee accused Gentry of approving false or inaccurate timesheets and of allowing staff to store and consume alcoholic beverages in court offices and to consume alcohol in the courthouse. Gentry denies falsifying timesheets, and she said through a lawyer in a court response that she had been unaware that her staffers were drinking. Stephen Ryan, Gentry's attorney, said in an interview Wednesday that witnesses during court proceedings attested to Gentry's skills as a judge, arguing that she was fit to remain on the bench. They said she was fair and listened to the arguments and wrote good legal opinions, said Ryan, who said Gentry often proceeded over divorces, child neglect, and abuse cases and truancy issues. So his defense basically is she's a good judge. But we're talking about her morality as a person.
Yeah.
None of these allegations have anything to do with her ability to judge. More or less just her ability to make conscious adult decisions, like good adult decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not her job. Her job is to be a judge, though. Am I not wrong?
Her job is to be a judge, but what are you getting at?
What am I getting at?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she should have been firing and getting her way or manipulating the system, but she is a good judge.
So keep her as a judge.
And I don't know. Maybe she's a little hot. I don't know.
No,
I'm just
you saw
joking.
a picture of her. That's her. She's not unattractive.
She's not unattractive. No.
She's cute for a elderly lady, but I mean, yeah, she looks like someone who would be doing a threesome in the
sheets.
Yeah, she looked like a freak in the sheets. We'll be honest. But damn, dude, that's a crazy ass story, man.
It is.
That's a crazy story.
I don't know. Do you think she should get fired?
I think that we need the same guy who did Marriage Story to write the script for this to be a film.
Okay.
I feel like that would be incredible. Don't let Hallmark get their grubby hands on
Hallmark
this.
would ruin this movie.
Hallmark would make this Hallmark would have a field day with this and make it into such a Hallmarky movie that I would hate it. But in the right hands,
where one of the people is a killer and
oh my gosh, something crazy. I don't even know. All right, speaking of killers,
speaking of bad politicians
and killers,
or people who played bad politicians
and killers
and supposedly killers
and killers
or conspiracy killers
and killers,
play this.
Let's talk about Kevin fucking Spacey. This dude a wacko.
He is.
We talked about him towards the end of last year when he had his whole huge scandal out here molesting young men and little boys and whatnot, doing all this crazy stuff. And women. This, gosh, it's so he had such a hard fall from grace from being one of like the leading men on Netflix with his show House of Cards.
A great actor too.
He's a fantastic actor. I mean, people cheered when he got announced to play the villain in like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I think it was, and people cheered at that. He's in one of my favorite movies of all time, 21, and it's hard for me to even watch that now because I'm just like, damn, dude, you just fucked up shit. And like, and you're like a main character in that film, and I like that film a lot because of you, you know. But then you also have Baby Driver. I mean, I didn't really care too much for him in Baby Driver. I've seen Usual Suspects once, so I don't really remember the plot that much.
It's a good plot.
I know it's a good plot. I think I also watched it when I was younger and didn't care too much for film. So I think I need to rewatch it now that I care a lot more for film. Get a more adult opinion on it. But anyway, so we got Kevin Spacey greeted us with a this is kind of an older video, but I'm just now watching this. He greeted us with a New Year's Eve video titled KTWK. What the fuck does that stand for? Kill them with I know.
Kill them with kindness.
That's what
I don't think it was New Year's Eve. I thought it was Christmas Day or Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Not New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve. Sorry. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, ready in 3, 2. So this man keeps making these weird ass videos of him in his house or someone's house.
And playing in his character as he would on House of Cards.
It's been a pretty good
year. Can't hear this man. He's so
and I'm
quiet.
grateful to have my health back.
Yeah, I don't know.
And in light of that, I've made some changes
is he trying to play that character?
And I'd like to invite you to join me.
This is what they would do.
Walk into 2020. I want to cast my vote for more good in this world.
It's just really.
Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious?
I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me.
It's either that he
but
just
next time someone does something you don't like,
said, I am the guy.
You can go on the attack.
Or he just really likes playing.
Your fire.
Him and Joaquin Phoenix, I think, would be really good friends.
You can.
But Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think
kill them with kindness.
A rapist.
Well, let's set aside the raping. Let's set that aside, and let's leave it over here. We're not going to denounce it or diminish it and say that it didn't happen. But let's take it back and put that over there. And let's just say that he's just this really weird, crazy man who's deep into his own subconscious, like Joaquin seems to also be. I think they'd be really good friends.
They might.
They would be like two super villains.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 crazy supervillains out to kill us all. This video is so weird. So he's basically saying that we need to forgive him because that's what all of his videos it's like it has this undertone of forgive me because people do bad shit all the time. That was like pretty much what the last video was. And it was like, and then he said something stupid like, I did I used to do bad stuff all the time, referring to his character on House of Cards. And he's like, and you loved it. And it's like, yeah, we loved a fictional character doing bad things that had absolutely no weight to anyone in real life.
Yeah, that's very true.
Would you think we would just assume it was okay for you to stick your willy in someone else? Like unsolicited? No. Yeah. Like what the fuck? The fuck? And he's just going along with this persona and this narrative. That's why I'm so confused. Are you method acting? How deep into your subconscious? Someone needs to kick him. He needs to be kicked. He missed his kick and he's still inside of his dream. What do you think?
I think there's a lot of crazy shit happening in his other world. Then this is
who's on his team. Who recorded this video and said, "Yeah, Mr. Spacey, that's good.
That's great.
That's
maybe
great."
A family member, maybe a friend, a colleague. Oh, it's just the way that he ends it at the end. He goes, "Kill them with kindness," and then he's poking the fire. And he goes, that stupid cheesy.
That SpongeBob theme.
Yeah,
I'm confused. What do you think? What do you think is worse? Logan Paul suicide force or Kevin Spacey rape?
I mean, they're both down there,
and you have to. We're accommodating all of their like quote unquote redemption tours along with it. So all of Logan Paul's I'm trying to redeem himself.
I don't think there is a redemption tour for Kevin Spacey.
But that's what he's trying to do. At least that's what it seems like.
Well, he might be trying, but he's definitely failing. I think that Kevin Spacey might be worse because now there's all these conspiracy theories coming out about him. If they're true, then he's just a crazy psycho, man. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. I think the conspiracy theories are fake. People are just saying that that he's the reason why people who have accused him are dying. And I think that the way that law works now, especially when it comes to celebrities and people who are famous, like anything that has anything remotely to do with someone who is in the public eye gets solved like that instantly.
True.
Think about the Jussie Smollett case. It was like the next day we found out that dude was lying. We were like, yo, he's lying. These were his accomplices. We got the text messages. We got the footage, whereas if it is some Joe Schmo, it might take a few days because they're not willing to put in the resources. If Kevin Spacey was really out here killing people, this dude would be in jail 2 days ago. Not even 2 days ago because these allegations and conspiracy theories came out a couple weeks ago or like 2 weeks ago. So he would have been arrested if this was true. So I think it's just coincidences and people are doing what they do.
Talk it up.
Yeah, and trying to talk it up. There's no way. It's Kevin fucking Spacey. If Kevin Spacey's out here killing people, people are gonna know about it and he's gonna get in trouble for it. Like, there's just no way. There's no way to get around or like hide any of that type of stuff. But I don't know, man. This dude's kind of nuts.
I think that he's, like you said, he's trying to make a redemption tour. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's just like you keep on digging yourself a hole. With the whole thing with Logan Paul, he did it once and he did apologize. He didn't go back to it. You know what I mean? Like, he's like,
no, he didn't.
Did he go back to the Suicide Force?
No, he didn't go back to Suicide Force, but he continuously brought it up throughout the entire year. All 2019, anytime he got a chance on the microphone, he's just like, I messed up. I'm trying to do better and blah, blah, blah. So instead of like letting us
I didn't know that.
Us heal from his mistakes and just, forget and forgive on our own terms, he wouldn't allow us to do that because he just kept bringing it up, kept showing, like, he has all these videos that he would make where he would just splice together clips of like the random thing, like it would be like part of the Suicide Force clip of him, or like, he would just show it.
I didn't know that.
He would show it. Well, I guess because I got very privy to a lot of this when we were covering the Logan Paul KSI fight. Because he talked about that during a lot of that. And I was just like, this has nothing to do with that. You're boxing. We're trying to, because he kept basically hinging a lot of his training and everything for the boxing on like, this is my redemption time. Like I went through a lot of shit at the beginning of the year. I did a lot of fucked up shit and I'm, boxing has saved my life. Blah, blah. That was like his whole thing. Boxing has saved my I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Oh, you fucking pompous ass. You fucking, like...
Then I don't know. Both are very bad, and both are just digging a hole for themselves that they're gonna be harder to get out of. So
yeah, I mean, with Logan, he has a lot more room to obviously grow because he's younger, and also a lot of room to be forgiven and move on. He just needs to allow himself to do that. Allow himself to move on. Let yourself move on, and everyone in the world will forgive you at their own pace. But the more you shine a light on your own like pile of shit, the more we're gonna keep pointing at it and go, yeah, so that's a pile of shit, bud. You did that. That was you.
True.
All right, let's talk about our last story of the night. Let's talk about Mac Miller. All right, Mac Miller. Oh man, this guy, fantastic artist. This guy taken from us way too soon. Mac Miller, a very popular hip hop and R&B artist who passed away last year, only very shortly after releasing his last studio album called Swimming. And that was a crazy time for me when that happened, because I was like, for the past, I guess, 2 years at that time, had really grown to love a lot of Mac, and I was really appreciating his growth. Like, I was noticing it album by album as he just worked through a lot of his own inner demons and showed his own personal growth within his music and his artistry. And I was like, wow, like, I fuck with this guy. I fuck with him as a person, although I do not know him, and I fuck with him as an artist because I appreciate his artistry and what he's doing. And then when Swimming dropped, I was just so blown away by the musicality of that album. It was just so overwhelmingly like beautiful, just with the strings, with the horns, and the bass, the sax. Like there was all these beautiful instruments in there that just brought that album together. It just all sounded so good, so good. And then just, I think it was like maybe not even like a few weeks after that album dropped that he died from an overdose, and just like shocked the world. I feel like even if you weren't really a fan of Mac Miller, I feel like you felt that. It's just like he's around our age,
Right.
We kind of grew up with this kid from Pittsburgh, talking about, it's the motherfucking kids, like we grew up listening to, 1, 2, 3, 4 crazy ass kids coming knocking on your door, like all that, Kool-Aid, frozen pizza. Like we grew up listening to that shit in like junior high and high school. And then we become more young adults as he's becoming more adults. And it's like, some of us might even be experiencing some of the things that he's experiencing when it comes to like sex and drugs and relationships and heartbreak and all that stuff. And so you feel a lot more connected to these artists that are closer to our age that we've been with since they started. And I definitely was one of those people for sure. And I felt that real heavy when he passed away. I had to put down the album. Actually, I couldn't listen to the album for at least a couple of weeks. I was like, man, this is hard. It's hard for me. Excuse me. Yeah. What do you have any like sort of like personal connection with Mac or his music at all?
I knew that. I didn't listen to that much music of him. Probably around that time, I was just getting into rap, really.
Yeah.
So I was listening more to like Kendrick and Chance and Childish Gambino.
But I feel like you would have made your way there eventually.
I probably would have. Yeah, I probably would have, because from what I've heard of his stuff, I tend to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any super deep connection with him as some of my other friends did, including you. So
how did you feel when you found out that he died? Like, what was your initial thoughts and reactions?
I was shocked. Because of how young he was, and he was a big star, and when I found out it was drugs, it just is, it's saddening because, just drugs is, I had a family member who was addicted to drugs at one point in his life. And, just knowing from my, it wasn't anybody in well, I guess he was one of them was a younger generation too. He was addicted, but he's gotten off and done good for himself. And
that's good for him.
Another one of my other closer family members who is older than me he was really badly addicted and got off a long time ago. But just knowing that addiction does suck. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it. I've heard of it. I've seen people go through it, who friends and family and stuff like that. And knowing that it's hard to get rid of that. You know what I mean? Like addiction is a hard thing. It's just, I wish like maybe we had a better understanding of it just so that we could maybe try to help and feel sorry, because I feel like a lot of people are very like, well, I think to an extent.
Well, there's also a misconception that a lot of people believe that Mac tried to commit suicide with his drugs, and that's not true.
That's not true, right?
It was just bad drugs. Yeah, he just took drugs, and they were
because the guy got arrested, right?
Yeah,
he got arrested because he put some shit in there that he wasn't supposed to, or put extra shit or whatever.
Right, and that's why, like, and to me personally, I don't do drugs, and I will never do drugs. I don't. That's just not me and my lifestyle.
Right. Yeah.
And I would hope that no one would. But that's not the reality, and I understand that. So with that being said, I just really want people to be more safe. I want people to be more safe.
Yeah.
And not
I think
have
we just need
these
to be more
accidents happen.
Of people. I think to a lot of us, I think there can be a certain stigma, especially with the older generation, of like because you're doing these drugs, like it was a personal life decision, but sometimes some people can take them and then just be totally like, oh, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like,
but everybody's body's different,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that I just wish there was maybe, I know in Canada that they have a safe space, where people will
go do drugs, but you're like monitored. So like if you have a bad trip or if you are about to OD or anything like that, people there that can just like help you out. And that's a very controversial thing that people are
I
like,
agree. I agree too, because my mom was like, well, I mean, that's just giving them a way to go and do drugs. And I think,
but if there was a place like that Mac had gone to do his drugs and not be like, I guess, I don't know, shamed for it or whatever, and just had access to help if he needed it, I would have rather him have that opportunity than to have his life taken away.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe he would have been saved,
Yeah.
It is a very saddening thing. I think it was just, he was probably just depressed at the time. I think he was depressed, right? I don't think to the point of suicide, like we're saying. We're not saying that this was a suicide.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Drugs are a big thing to try to help with, depression and trying to just escape from this world, So,
well, I don't want to fall too deep into the rabbit hole of being sad about the passing of Mac, because I want to celebrate the announcement of his new coming album, Circles, and I'm really excited for this. I'm excited not just because we're getting new Mac music. That's fine. That's cool. I'm excited because it seems like all the thoughts and the time and the energy put behind this by his mother and his whole team seems very genuine. It seems like they aren't doing this to just pour out his image and get money and just make all this bank. Like it seems like a lot of people kind of do.
That's good.
When someone famous dies and they have like some things that they can use to to like still put out and whatnot. Because I mean, apparently it's been said that Mac has had so much unreleased music just in the vault, and we haven't heard a peep. We honestly haven't heard a single peep. They released one song a year ago. They released a song a year ago with Mac Miller and Sia called That's Life. And is it called That's Life? Yeah, it's called That's Life. It's Mac Miller and Sia and a group called 88 Keys. But other than that, nothing else, So, and it's not even Mac's song. So it's just they got him on a verse. So I'm sure if that's the case, I'm sure what happened was they had already recorded that song and it just hadn't released yet. And then he passed away. And then they probably just talked about it with the family and were like, okay, is it okay if we release this or yada, yada, yada. And then they said it was okay. It wasn't like this was Mac's song.
Right.
That wasn't released or anything like that. But I want to go ahead and read what Mac's team and family has said. They posted this on his Instagram account the other day. It said, "Here we are. The act of having to write this at all feels surreal. At the time of his passing, Malcolm was well into the process of recording his companion album to Swimming, entitled Circles. 2 different styles complementing each other, completing a circle. Swimming in circles was the concept. He had been working with John Brion, who, after hearing some early versions of songs, cleared his calendar to help Malcolm fine-tune them. After his passing, John dedicated himself to finishing Circles based on his time and conversations with Malcolm. We are internally grateful to John and to those who have given their best to the difficult and emotional task of putting out this body of work. This is a complicated process that has no right answer, no clear path. We simply know that it was important to Malcolm for the world to hear it. One of the most difficult decisions in the process is how best to let people know about it, how to communicate meaningfully while keeping sacred what should be kept sacred. So this will be the only post on any of his channels. Information regarding this release, his charity, Malcolm himself will be found, at 92 till infinity. 92 till infinity. Thank you to all the fans who supported him unconditionally through the years. We miss him. We are left to imagine where Malcolm was going and to appreciate where he was. We hope you take the time to listen. The look on his face when everyone was listening said it all. With humility and gratitude, Malcolm's family."
It's sad, but it's glad. Like you were saying, like when I first saw you sent this to me over a text.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I felt bad because I'm like, is this just the studio trying to
milk
it? Yeah, I know. I'm like, damn. Like I hate when that happens. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I was just like, I really hope this is not the case.
But thankfully, it's not. You know.
Yeah. I'm glad about that. I'm glad that they want people to enjoy his last work. You know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe this might be one of his best albums that he ever made. So.
I hope he can get a Grammy from it. I really do. Just to get him some more recognition, because he got Grammy nominated for Swimming last year, but ended up not getting it. And the Grammys happened after he had passed, so it was like bittersweet. We were all kind of like, wow, okay, well, damn, it would have been great for him to get it then. So maybe he can get it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, I think so
for the podcast. Don't want to like leave you guys on a little bit of a heavy side, but remember the album's coming out this week, January 17th. That's a Friday, so
maybe we'll review it on our podcast.
Yeah,
on, so Brews and Reviews.
Exactly. So we got 7 days. So keep your chin up. Just remember that life is short, life is hard, life is tough, but life can also be beautiful. So hold the ones that you love close to you. Tell them you love them, and if you don't have someone close to you, listen to our podcast and we'll hold you close. We'll tell you we love you, because we do. We do appreciate all of you guys that listen, and we mean that.
Yeah, same. And I do agree. Like, yeah, I can't really say much else because you pretty much said everything. So,
well, and with that being said, stay frosty, guys.
See you later. Bye.